Hey guys, welcome back to Six Flags Great America, where we've got another Wrath of Rakshasa construction update. As you can see, we've had quite a few changes since the last update. The first of which is the drop is basically in. We can see that going from the entrance to the Immelman all the way back up to the 96-degree drop, all the way up to the piece of track that goes right before the holding brake is all in, including some massive support columns. We can also see that the lift hill and station are starting to get hardware. You can see some boxes on there for the different pneumatics and electronics that will help the coaster run. They also have motors in the actual maintenance bay. So something I might actually expect is that they might end up actually putting the trains into the storage bay soon, depending on when they were to get the trains, of course. But if they slapped a roof and some paneling onto the frame, this would be a pretty good time to get those trains in there and start getting them all ready to go. You can also see the station has some framing done. Yeah, actually that's all level with the actual track, so that's all the concrete for the base. There also seems to be a little bit of a wall going in over there. I wonder what that'll be for. There are an absolute butt ton of footers in the ground. People are kind of wondering where the spare caissons were gonna go that were sitting in the parking lot, and I think that tells you right there where they went. They didn't have all the footers poured, and yeah, they look to now have at least most of the footers poured at this point. You can see coming out of the Immelman the line of footers that will take it into the dive loop that goes over Demon's former entrance, which has been completely decimated. And then it goes over the path, if you can imagine where the midway goes there, and then even all the way back here where the crazy 0G roll thing goes, and then over to what some people are calling the demonic knot, and then also into the finale. There's a ton of footers in the ground here, and yeah, I would expect this coaster to be topped off, very soon. They probably only have, let's say 4 pieces left to go up here, 4 or 5 pieces. You can see this main support column that will anchor down here in this area and will hold up the top of the lift, the flat turn, and then the holding brake. Yeah, really a whole lot of awesome progress going on. It's been pretty cold over the past couple of weeks, but we got a pretty warm week here in Illinois, and it's pretty cool to be able to see a ton of work being done. Moving over to the actual track storage area, which is also known as the employee parking lot, we can see I picked a really nice time to get in here. You can actually see 2 trucks were unloading at this time, one with a very long support and a piece of track in the red truck, and then the white truck, which also had a very long support and a piece of track. You can also see kind of in this area the drop motor section along with the top of the lift hill and also the flat turn that make up the rest of the lift hill and drop structure. I would fully expect them to be adding these pieces, if not today, because I'm recording this on Friday, the day after I film this footage, or Saturday, or at the absolute latest, sometime next week, weather depending. Kind of looking over to the left here, though, we can see a ton of actual track on site, a ton of supports on site, and I would be surprised if this isn't close to the entire coaster. Something I thought of that's interesting is this is the entire employee lot for the park, so hopefully they'll have all the track in before they start, or at least most of the track in before they start doing training and getting a whole bunch of employees in the parking lot. Another thing I noticed is I believe that truck right there is the truck that they use to transport the pieces from the storage lot over into the actual ride area. Looking around at the rest of the park, we can still see the county fair sign hiding away back here behind Justice League. And yeah, a little bit of retrack work still being done on American Eagle Blue Side. Yeah, and I use this to show that there's only 1 caisson left. And yeah, they used everything in the lot. So All makes sense. They mentioned a couple things during No Coaster Con. Not really anything that we didn't know about other than a couple of drink stations, Coca-Cola drink stations. But yeah, checking in on the front entrance over here, you can see kind of how much more open it is and how they've removed that first set where the ticket takers used to go. So I'm excited to see how crowd flow will work next year and hopefully be less crowded over there. This is the last picture I have from this update. I just kind of wanted to show just how tall this thing is. X-Flight's obviously 125 feet tall. Max Force is 175 feet tall. This guy's going to be 180 feet. And it sure looks like it. It absolutely dominates the skyline right in the middle of the park there. And it's going to look absolutely fantastic. They really did a great job picking the color scheme and fitting in this entire twisted layout right in the middle of the park. And I hope that they pull a Georgia Surfer and perhaps consider a new name, because Wrath of Rakshasa is frankly awful. But unlike the name, this ride's going to be great, and I'm very excited to ride it. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully not opening at the 4th of July like Max Force did. That's it. Pretty simple, easy little update for you guys here. Stay tuned for the next one and some other projects I've got cooking in the background. And I will see you in the next one.